I am here to bring you a solo episode. We're gonna do a Q&A today. Ever had a moment where you wanted to quit YouTube and what kept you going? No. Vlog cameras attached at my hip at all times. PCOS journey update. Not pregnant yet. I feel like I just have to keep saying I'm not pregnant, I'm not pregnant, not pregnant. Are you still a Zalisha shipper? Do they have amazing chemistry? Yes. I'm down for whatever my wants. If she wants to, then yes. And if she doesn't, then I will never speak to him again. No, I'm just kidding.
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty basic. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Pretty Basic. I am Remi Parsons, and I am here to bring you a solo episode. I don't do these very frequently. I remember the first time I did a solo episode, I recorded for, I think it was like 3.5 hours because I just could not get my words out. I didn't know what to say. I was profusely sweating. I was so nervous. And then I remember I got the edit back, and it was actually 30 minutes. And I was gagged that I spoke for that long and nothing came out. So I am here to bring you a solo episode. I know sweet Zalisha did an episode recently, and I am just excited to be here to talk to you guys today. I will be honest, I am so tired right now and my brain is not working because this morning I officially announced my cookbook, which I know I talked about in a recent episode of Pretty Basic with Cal. And this morning, as I'm recording this, was the day that we released it or announced the pre-order. If you guys haven't checked it out already, if you haven't ordered the book and you're wanting to order it, feel free to do so. The link will be in the description box. I wrote my first cookbook ever, and it is available for pre-order. And I could not sleep last night, you guys. I was tossing and turning. I was so anxious and so nervous. I have this anxiety and nervousness and stress before literally any launch ever in my life, but specifically this one, I think was the most nerve-wracking because it has been such a long process. As I told you guys, it's been 2 years that I've been working on this. And also this book just means so much to me. And I was just extra nervous that people wouldn't be excited. I don't know. I always get nervous. And if you've ever released anything or, anything in the realm, you probably understand too. But with that being said, I got literally like 4 hours maybe of sleep and I'm exhausted. So I need some caffeine today. I thought I'd open this up on camera and we'll take a sip together. A little ASMR. And with that, we're going to do a Q&A today because there are lots of questions of things that you guys wanted to ask and I'm going to answer. And I hope you enjoyed the episode. I love you guys so much. And let's just get into the questions. I would keep yapping about things in my life, but I feel as though the questions are going to come up anyways. So with that being said, let's get into it. Ooh, okay. We will start light and fun. First off, what's maybe not as light and fun. What's one thing you regret doing at your wedding? I would say my main regret, I think, would be the schedule and timing. I wish that we had had more time to get ready. I wish we had had more time at the actual wedding. I wish that we had more time for kind of everything. But unfortunately, with a wedding, you just run late as it is. And so we were already running late and then things were kind of starting later also because we didn't want people to be sitting in the hot sun and waiting around and everything, which that I don't regret. I wanted the guests to have the best experience, obviously. But I do regret not allotting a little bit more time because I was so overwhelmed on the day. You guys know, I kept asking for a few minutes. And then obviously that throughout the day just stretches out into time that you're losing. So I do wish, had I known how overwhelmed I was going to be, I had given a little bit more time for my makeup. I wish I had given a little bit more time for the ceremony, just kind of all over adding more of a buffer because I feel like in the end we lost so much time. So I think that's my one regret that I have, but also at the same time, weddings go by so fast no matter what. And I think even if I had those extra minutes, it wouldn't have felt like I had it anyways. So looking back, I don't actually have a big regret that I'm sitting in every day being I wish I did this differently, but that's my answer to the question. Next question, please talk about your hair health journey, your experience with extensions, bleaching, etc. Okay. This will take me a while. I always wanted to dye my hair growing up. I always wanted extensions, or not extensions. I always wanted highlights. I always wanted my hair to be lighter. I used Sun-In when I was younger, in middle school. And if you don't know, specifically, I know Asian hair, but I'm assuming just all darker brunette hair. it looks black, obviously, but underneath you have red, you have orange, you have like a lot more color underneath than just what you think is just black. So that is why when you bleach your hair, you have to bleach your hair for so long. And that's why your hair turns reddish orange and brassy underneath, is because you're not bleaching all of that other color pigment out. If you're a hairstylist, please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but that's what I've been told. And that's why your hair gets so brassy, but obviously bleaching out all the pigment makes your hair really, really weak and brittle. So that being said, when I would do sun-in as a kid, my hair would turn orange. And then I remember in middle school, I scammed my dad into letting me get highlights. My mom was always like, no, please don't ruin your hair. Please don't ruin your hair. I promise, like, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. But it is a canon event. You have to go through, you know, your years of wanting to change your hair and learning that bleach is bad for your hair and learning to love your natural hair color. And I'm finally back in it. Finally. But I remember I went to the hair salon when I was in, I believe it was 8th grade. And my dad had taken me because my mom couldn't take me that day. And I was like, Dad, Mom said I could get highlights. And he was like, I don't know what highlights are, but if she said that's okay, then sure. And I was like, amazing. So I scammed. I got highlights and I got home and my mom was like, what the hell did you do to your hair? And then obviously I got in trouble. Obviously my dad got a little in trouble, but my dad was like, she scammed me. And I did. And I continued to dye my hair after that for many, many years of my life. I was doing a lot of box dye in college. I really loved this like dark cherry. I think it was the Garnier Fructis Black Cherry. And it was like a really pretty dark, if you look at my old college photos, you know what I'm talking about. It was like a dark red burgundy color. It was really pretty, honestly. I love her. And then I was trying to go blonde at one point. At one point, literally like my hair, I remember it's when it was 2018, I believe. And Alicia and I were just becoming like really, really, really good friends. And it was the 4th of July. And my poor hair was like falling out of my head because I was bleaching it so much. I had so many extensions. I've tried every extension under the sun now. I've done the beads, I've done K-tips, I've done I-tips, which are like both different kinds of like beads almost. I've done tape-ins, I've done clip-ins, and now I'm doing the hand-tied, I think that's what it's called. It's called like hand-tied sew-in wefts. This is the only one that I've ever had where my hair can like fully grow. And I talked about this before, but I do have undiagnosed trichotillomania, but I like really pick my hair and it's just like a nervous tick that I have. So when I had the beads, I would just pull my hair out all day long. Tapes, I would pull the tapes out all day long and it just was not good. These ones, because they're sewed in, I literally can't touch them. And it's the only extension that I've had where my hair is able to grow and I'm not picking it. And it's been really good for me. But yeah, I feel like I jumped around a lot. Long story short, I have finally come around to loving my natural hair. Back in 2018, my hair was holding on for dear life. I would use purple shampoo because I was trying to be blonde. But again, you have that like red, orange undertone. So I was trying to use purple shampoo to bring out the brassiness. But if you didn't know, extensions, I had these like bleach blonde extensions. I was trying to bleach my hair and I'd put the purple shampoo in my hair and let it sit to really soak in and hopefully, you know, de-brassify the hair. And while I would do that, the extensions pick up color a lot easier than my natural hair would. So at one point, my hair was quite literally orange, and then the extensions turned purple. And it was, I think in that moment was when I was like, I have to stop this. Like, this is really, really, really bad. And like chunks of hair were coming out. And also I was spending so much money on getting my hair dyed, on going to the salon. I'd be in the salon for like 12, 13, 14 hours because it was like a whole process of taking the extensions out, bleaching and highlighting and checking on that and then doing it more and then putting the extensions back. It was a whole thing. It was so expensive. And in the end, I love my natural hair so much more. I'm working on growing my natural hair out to the fullness so I don't need extensions. I don't need extensions, but where I don't feel like I want them. But right now I have them sewn into my head, and that is my hair journey. And I have contemplated going back to not blonde. I'll never go blonde again, but like maybe getting a highlight for the summer. And then every time I think about it, I'm like, I just don't feel like going to the salon that frequently. I once a year go to the salon, if that now. A lot of times I'll just do a little gloss at home. You can just go to Ulta or Amazon and get yourself a little DIY gloss that I do in my shower, and I don't have to spend really any money on it, and it's great. So that's my hair journey. Did you try the Rocky Mountain oysters? I was at the Denver show. No, I did not. Thank you for coming to the Denver show, Alexandra. If you guys don't know, Rocky Mountain oysters are a delicacy in Colorado. And when I looked it up, they are described as thinly sliced fried bull testicles. And as a foodie, I like to try all of the popular foods in the areas that I go to. You guys know when I'm on vacation, all I'm doing is eating. So I did want to try it. I did not have time to try them. And I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really gunning to try them. But maybe one day I will. I'm curious texturally what it would be. But no, I did not get to try them. And I don't know if I ever will.
All right, guys, we are pausing the episode right now to give a little shout out to Simply Pop because, as you know, they are sponsoring us on our tour. So let's dive into it. Remi?
I'm sad.
I know, me too.
The Spill the Pop tour is over and it came and went so fast. It was so much fun. If you guys were able to come to the shows, thank you so much. It was so fun to go to also different stops that Pretty Basic has never been to for any sort of like meetup or anything like that. So it was so fun to see fresh faces. It was so fun to just like play games with you guys, do like exclusive pod episodes for you guys. Overall, it was such a dream come true. And thank you so much, Simply Pop, for having us and for just throwing this amazing tour that we got to experience with our Pretty Basic babes.
If you guys were able to come to any of these stops, please send us photos, tag us, tag Simply. Like, it's so fun for us looking at all of the stops and just like seeing all you guys in person. It's seriously so surreal. It'll never get old. And we just can't thank you enough.
You guys also popped off with the content. Like as soon as we're done on stage, we go backstage and the amount of amazing content that we get tagged in is crazy. You guys are all content creators. It's so fun. I'm so glad also because then hopefully when we do episodes about content creation, like it helps you guys. Obviously you're killing it. Obviously you don't need it, but it blows my mind. You're all so incredibly talented.
You know who else has become a content creator?
Who?
My dad. Not actually.
I can't talk about it.
Not actually, but I have to show you, Rem. I told you he's been taking photos for us for like the products.
Yeah.
Please look at this.
Simply Pop, if you need a photographer, you know who to call.
Okay, wait. Scroll to the left.
Jeff! You did your big one. Oh my God.
He has taken it so seriously and it's been so fun.
These are amazing.
I know. They hit up us because they were like, oh my God, we loved the photo that you sent. You've had in your segment showing the one your dad took. So then they emailed and they were like, we would love to potentially like use the photos on social media or like the website or something like that. And my mom said she had to scrape him off the floor because he was just like, they want my photos. And he was like, Alicia, what did you say? I was like, I didn't say anything, I swear. So it was so cute.
No, I mean, it's so well-deserved. Nepo dad, but well-deserved.
Nepo dad.
This is so cute. Also, like,
they're good.
They're really good. And also, like, it makes the colors of the cans pop so nicely. It's so beautiful. I'm gagged. I don't even know where to begin by taking a photo like this. I'm so impressed.
Oh my God. I know. We should have him film a little BTS. That'd be cute. That'd be cute.
And also, if you guys are not already following Simply Pop on socials, their handle is @DrinkSimply. So go check them out. If you guys have not tried the actual drink yet, it is fantastic. There's 5 amazing flavors. We've got fruit punch, we've got citrus punch, we've got pineapple mango, we've got lime, we've got strawberry. They're all so delicious and so perfect. I'm so excited to make all the most delicious appetizers and snacks for game day and to pop open a Simply Pop and throw it in a delicious glass of ice and just enjoy it while I'm watching the Packers win. So if you have not tried them, they are phenomenal. There's 6 grams of prebiotic fiber in every can. It also has zinc, vitamin C, and they're made with real fruit juice. They're so refreshing and delicious. They've been our drink all summer long, and I can't wait to take them into fall too.
Obviously, if you were at one of the shows, you were able to try it there. But if you're wondering where you can find Simply Pop near you, just go to cokeurl.com/simplypop.
Once again, that's cokeurl.com/simplypop. And thank you, Simply Pop, for sponsoring this episode. Let's get back to it. Okay, next question. Did losing weight really help your sense of self, or was it still underlying? I have a lot of thoughts on this. First off, I'm sure if you listen to Pretty Basic, you know my whole weight loss and just journey with myself and my weight throughout my entire life. Such a side tangent. But recently, I got the cutest email from my mom. And I have to read it to you because she's so cute. I woke up and she just says, check your email, which is so random. I don't frequently email my mom. And she emailed me and said, it was so cute. It was like such a fun surprise. For years, I've been asking my mom to find my old dance videos. And I'm going to be so honest, my parents are the worst at keeping anything. Like, yearbooks, we have like maybe 3. Like we always had the yearbook, like they always bought it. I have maybe 3. Like I don't know where they go. They must be in boxes deep in the garage or something. So, you know, when I asked her to find my dance videos all these years, she'd be like, I don't know where they are. Like I found like maybe one, and it was like a random recital that I probably was barely in. Like I want to find like the dance competition videos, like the iconic How to Save a Life tap dance. Like I want to see them. I obviously remember them, but I need to see it with my own eyes. And so I was asking her for so long, but also if you were in the dance competition circuit, you know that you would have to buy them after, like every competition you'd buy it, and then they burn it on a DVD for you. You buy it by the number, like the dance number. And my mom wasn't always buying them. So like basically it was a shot in the dark. Long story short, she says, check your email. And I got this email from her that was so cute. The subject line, dance videos. Surprise! I've been on this since last year when I first contacted Judy, who was one of my dance friends growing up's mom, for any videos of you tapping. It's been a while, but she got a copy from Candace. That's her daughter. Shout out to Candace. After she worked on them, hope this will work. Sounds like a lot to process it for viewing. It was. Hope you can make it work. And then she gave me a lot of other stuff, little updates about Candace, which then I got looped in with Candace, which was, again, my friend growing up, who I haven't talked to since I stopped doing competition dance in 7th grade. So I haven't talked to her since I was, like 13. Anyways, so good to talk to Candace, and Candace is an icon, and she got me all of the dance videos, or all of the dance competition videos, and that's why I was posting them on my stories. But I started watching them, and I was like laughing because some of the numbers were crazy. Obviously, we had the How to Save a Life iconic dance with my Bermuda shorts. We also had a really cunty jazz routine. We also had, which I completely blocked this one out of my memory, it was an interpretive tap dance where I literally blacked this one out of my memory. I was wearing a teal sequin blazer, and I was in a rock band, and the rock band, me and Candace and our other friends were in the rock band. And then there were about 12 other girls who were dressed as zombies, and we're all tapping. And I think the zombies are like trying to attack the rock band. And I did have a guitar. So looking back on them, I was like laughing so hard. I think the ones that I was watching, I was like in 5th or 6th grade. I've talked about this before, but like growing up in the dance community, I always felt so insecure about my weight, but that wasn't because of like me, obviously. Like that's not something that I naturally grew up with. That's from society. That was from dance teachers. That's from being in ballet and having a teacher come and like smack your stomach with a stick, being like suck in, or like, you know, talking about your weight. That's from like adults putting that on you. So I got really sad because I grew up always not even like feeling, but also like being hyper aware that I was the bigger girl because of all these adults around me who were like not protecting me and like not making me feel safe or included. Even in like high school, I really dealt with that a lot from my song coach, which I've talked about that a lot. But it made me so sad because obviously like I remember that and I can tap into that. But watching the videos, there wasn't a big difference. And I can say that like as an adult looking back now, like even taking myself out of it, like I was probably like maybe 2 sizes bigger than like some of the other girls, like truly. And I was made to feel so like an elephant. I was made to feel massive all the time. And we would do like try-ons where they'd come into your measurements for like your custom costumes. And like the costume ladies would be like making me feel bad about like, oh, she's gonna need a large. Like, oh my God, like dealing with that my whole life. So all that to say, watching back that video, I felt so sad. I started crying because I was like, I hope that kids nowadays aren't made to feel that anymore. When I have kids, I'm like consciously already trying to be aware of like things to not say, how to phrase things like that, like things that I'm not going to say no matter whether I have a daughter or a son, but also like if I have a daughter in dance, like things that I'm not going to say, things that I'm going to make sure that she doesn't have to hear. So yeah, that was just like a random side tangent that I experienced recently. That made me so sad because I was like, I was made to feel so different. And looking at it, I'm like, yes, I was a little bigger, but not enough to like make me feel that way my whole life. So all that to say, obviously I've been through that my whole life. I've always talked about how like I always felt like the odd person out because I was always made to feel bigger or because I was bigger, whether it was dance or, you know, with your friends, and all the guys are like, oh my God, your friend's so cute. Like, your friend's so cute. And you're like always feeling like the one left out. I obviously went through a lot of weight changes throughout my life, and I've yo-yoed. Like, the first time I went through my big weight loss change was when it was in 2017. And so that means I was like 22, and I was going through a lot of life changes at that time, a lot of just like transformational changes in my life with people in my life. I was dating for the first time. I was losing weight for the first time ever. And I think I really lost my sense of self then, but mostly because I was doing it for, I think, A, all of that trauma that I had gone through when I was younger, and also B, for male attention, because I was dating for the first time and I thought like, oh, this is, you know, I've never had male attention in my life. And as soon as I started losing weight, all of a sudden I got all this attention that I so desperately was craving, being that friend where guys would come up and be like, your friend's so cute, like struggling to find a date to any dance growing up, like never having a boyfriend, all those sorts of things. So I lost myself a lot during that time. And then I gained all the weight back once I was in COVID and I was in a really happy, healthy relationship. I didn't care about, you know, trying to work out twice a day anymore and eating super clean and all these sorts of things, because I wasn't doing it for me. I was just doing it because I thought that I had to. I thought that if I wanted to date, I had to. All the wrong reasons. I've talked about that a lot. Anyways, now obviously I've gone through a whole other renaissance of weight loss since then, but the main reason is because I figured out my hormones. As you guys know, I've talked about that, but I was administered the right medication to help my hormones. And also now I've just actually developed a much healthier lifestyle, a much healthier mindset with food, a much healthier relationship with food in general. And I just feel like my sense of self is still the same. Obviously, I'm getting older every day. Obviously, I'm trying to grow more and mature more every day, but it's a whole different experience now. And I'm really proud of the person that I am today, because I wasn't always. When I was looking back during those years, like the first time I did my health journey, I look back and I'm like, who was that? And like, how sad and how embarrassing. But also, I went through that to learn so much about myself. I went through that to learn so much about so many things that I desperately wanted to know when I was in high school and when I felt so left out from everything. And yeah, overall, I'm feeling much better and really proud of everything that I went through and proud of who I've become now. In that realm, what are some of your favorite and easy high protein snacks and meals? Okay, first off, I love the chicken nuggets from Costco, the Bear chicken nuggets, or they have like fillets as well, or they have like spicy ones or the tenders. They have so many now. I always just get the nuggets because I love a chicken nugget, but anything from Bear, I really love. I'm a big yogurt fan. I love, love, love yogurt. Any sort of yogurt, whether I'm having it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, dessert. I love yogurt. I love Greek yogurt so much. I would always go. I love cottage cheese too. I know obviously that's like very trendy. I will always pick yogurt over cottage cheese, but both are obviously fantastic. I love a yogurt parfait. I really love the Dannon Light and Fit remix. They have, or like the Chobani flips. Like they're these like little plastic containers with like a little bit of yogurt, and then you like fold it and it adds like toppings into it. And it's just such a fun way to eat yogurt. And it's like really yummy. I like to eat those for dessert or snacks a lot. I just love eggs. I'm being so honest. I love eggs. I love tuna salad. I just made a hybrid of the two the other day. I did a can of tuna and I did 4 hard-boiled eggs. I mashed that all up together, added a little Kewpie mayo. You can also add like Greek yogurt or blended cottage cheese in there if you want even more protein, but I was like, this isn't enough protein. A little mayo. I love like a little pickle juice, a little chopped pickles. You could add in jalapenos, celery, grapes, whatever else you like in your salad. And then I like to eat that with crackers or chips or cucumber slices. Those are some of my faves and it's so yummy. And I love egg salad, as you guys know. I love a Bear Bells protein bar. Honestly, I'm pretty much a creature of habit. I really do like make a lot of the similar, like same stuff because I don't often have a lot of time, but those are usually my go-tos. And again, just like eggs, I love a hard-boiled egg. That's like my favorite snack. Alicia and I went on Full Coverage, which is Manny and Laura's podcast. And we did this game where we had the expo markers, like the newlyweds game. And one of the questions was like, what's your favorite late night snack? And I put chips and Alicia put eggs. And I was like, wait, you're so right. I in that moment, I realized like I do eat a lot of eggs. I'm an egg lover. Next question. Ever had a moment where you wanted to quit YouTube and what kept you going? Honestly, no. I don't think I've ever had a moment where I wanted to quit YouTube in general. I will say I've definitely had, I don't want to say love hate because hate is such a strong word, but I've had a lot of change happen with my main channel. And if you guys have watched since the beginning, I mean, that channel has had 50 different renaissances and 50 different changes. But I kind of love that I do love that I have the freedom to change my content to be what I want and what I like. And it changes with my interests throughout the years. And right now I feel like it's actually even going through like another renaissance. I've had so many ideas of like what I want to do on that channel. So I've definitely slowed down the cadence on that channel. I've never wanted to stop, but I definitely have been like less frequent with posting, and I've kind of always felt like, oh my gosh, am I allowed to slow down? Am I allowed to pull back? And then I remember it is my channel, so I am allowed to do whatever I want. So that's been really freeing to have that just be whatever I want it to be. But for my vlog channel, and I've talked about this before, I love vlogging so much. If I could daily vlog, I would. It's just really hard, as you guys know, and it's hard to do other things, other business endeavors and things with daily vlogging. But I post pretty much 2 to 3 to 4 times a week on that channel, and I love it so much. I love capturing memories. I love sharing the memories. I love updating everybody with what's going on in my life, and I can't believe that people are interested to know what I'm cooking in my kitchen and what I'm doing with my family and what I'm doing on vacation and all those things. Like, it baffles me all the time, but I'm so grateful. This vlog camera is attached at my hip at all times, and I just love it so much. And that channel, as of right now, will remain what it is because I love it. But one day if I change my mind, then, it'll change. But I love the freedom of doing what I want and getting to post what I want and sharing different interests that I have as I've gotten older. My vlog channel just turned 11 a couple days ago. I got a notification, and that's pretty crazy. It's nuts. Next question. How is married life? What has changed? Married life has been amazing so far. It's been great. Cal and I are such a great team. I will say things that have changed, obviously physically, we announced that we moved a couple weeks ago. So that's one thing that's changed. We've been living in a new environment together, which has been so fun and so refreshing. Obviously you guys all know, but when I moved into the old house, I did not anticipate moving in with Cal. I thought that I was moving in just Daisy and I. And then obviously COVID hit and Cal moved in with me. Obviously those 2 weeks turned into where we are right now. So that was just a whole chapter that I wasn't mentally expecting or prepared for. And I'm so grateful for how it all turned out. But I bought that house knowing like, this is my house. These are my rooms. Everything is like mine. And then when he moved in, it became ours. But what I really love about this time right now is, obviously over time, those 5 years that we were there, we grew so much as a team and as a couple, and so much of our lives changed together. And now what's been really fun is we moved out together. We moved into this new place together, and with the expectancy of being together. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I remember when one of my friends moved in with his boyfriend, he was like, okay, well, I'm moving into his space and I'm like kind of taking up a corner and like he's already kind of living there. And like, obviously ours was a little bit different because we did move in really quickly versus like Cal moving in. And I had already lived there for a long time, if that makes sense. But still, like mentally going into it, I was like, oh, this is my house and he's staying here for a little bit. That changed. But this is like a whole fresh start of like, we are house shopping together. We are moving in together as a unit. So it's been really fun to do things as a team. And as someone who is like hyper independent and someone who is very type A, and Alicia sent me this really interesting TikTok the other day, and it made me almost cry. And it was about being the eldest daughter. Now, I know I talk about this a lot now, but it's like something that I'm really starting to delve into in therapy and like do more research on about just like the responsibilities and the expectations of being an eldest daughter, and how that turns you into someone who is always feeling like you have to be two to 10 steps ahead, always feeling like you have to have everything figured out so that nothing can surprise you and that you can always be, you know, the mediator for everyone. I'm really delving into all of that right now. But I've been so hyper independent for so much of my life. I'm finally letting my walls down, and I slowly have throughout my relationship with Cal, and he's so patient with me and so understanding. And it's something that I didn't even know that I was so bad at, and something that I was so guarded with. It like being so like, I need to micromanage because I can't ask people for things, because if I ask people for things and then they let me down, then I should have just done it myself. Like, that's something that I'm really learning and working through, and I have been. But after getting married, I think my mindset changed so much where I like have been able to really breathe and like take a breath and like fully trust someone. And it's been so nice. And Cal is the best partner. And I feel like the past 5 years of our relationship have set us up to trust each other so much and be so safe with each other. And it's just been such an amazing experience. And I just cannot express. And I feel like if you're not wired like me, then it's hard to understand. But if you're wired like me, you get how hard it is to trust people and to like let go of responsibilities sometimes, and to have someone that I can ask for help with. Like, I never ask for help. Being able to ask for help and then having him deliver has been something that I have never experienced before. And it's just been really nice. And I love him so much, and it's been so fun. And so having like an environment change has been so fun. The dogs are so happy where we live, and I'm just so excited. Like, the house shopping is going to be so fun, and I'm excited for a whole new chapter within the chapter. Hey guys, you know how much I love experimenting with my look, and with fall coming up, I'm in my moody makeup era. But trying out new makeup can be such a struggle. You see a gorgeous lip color online, you buy it, and it looks completely different on you. That's why I'm so excited that with Google Shopping's beauty try-on tool, I can try on makeup right from my couch to see how it'll look on me. It takes all the guesswork out of shopping online and gives you the confidence to actually hit add to cart. It's so easy. I'm literally doing it right now. I've been eyeing the Fenty Gloss Bomb lipstick, so I just searched for it on Google, tapped the try it on button, and now I'm trying the shade Hot Chocolate. Wow. Okay, this is the exact moody fall vibe that I was looking for. It looks amazing. You have to try it for yourself. Find your perfect shades and shop back to school essentials by visiting g.co/shopping/prettybasic, or even scan the code on your screen. Your makeup drawer will thank you.
Okay, I talked about this a few episodes ago, but we all know I went a little crazy when it came to shopping in Japan. I have no regrets, but my wallet, I did have a little chat with it when I got home. Yeah, it was kind of bad. But then I remembered I have Rakuten, and honestly, it's been my saving grace. You guys, you can stack cash back on top of sales at so many of your favorite stores like Sephora, Adidas, and Urban Outfitters.
Same. I've been doing my beauty stock up at Ulta, getting cash back and feeling like the smartest shopper in the world. It's literally so easy. You just shop through Rakuten, and then they send you your cash back to you, whether you choose through PayPal or through a check.
The concept is actually genius. So the stores pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares that money with you as cash back. And the stacking sales part is my favorite. If a store is having a 20% off and you shop through Rakuten, you're getting the sale price and the cash back. You don't have to choose between the two, and it just feels like you've unlocked a little secret shopper level in life. My new coat shoes and bag, Rem, I went through Rakuten. Yeah, I got money back.
It really is the smartest way to shop. And it's not just about fashion and beauty. We are talking electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, even pet stuff.
It's not just little purchases. Like, those bigger items make your cash back add up so fast. And you guys, signing up is free. It takes seconds. There are already over 17 million Rakuten members, and members have earned more than $4.6 billion in cash back. Billion with a capital B. Imagine how much more beauty hauls I could have done in Japan with that.
Yeah, we definitely would have needed another suitcase. Download the free Rakuten app or go to Rakuten.com to start saving today. That's Rakuten, Rakuten.com. Next question, PCOS journey updates. Updates are, I haven't seen my PCOS doctor in a couple months. The last time I saw her, everything was great. We did an ultrasound and things are looking good. I will tell you some tea. Cal and I have shifted our birth plan or like baby plan from the last time that I saw her, and she's so sweet. I love her so much. She's so amazing. And the last time I saw her, she was like, I don't want to see you for a couple months. Like, get married and relax and have fun. She's like, I don't need to see you. Please enjoy that. And then I'll see you after the wedding. We can touch base and like check back in. So I'm going to walk into that appointment soon and be like, hi. So things have changed. Solely just because I think we're just a little bit more ready than we thought before. Things have changed in that way and we're really excited. Not pregnant yet. I feel like I just have to keep saying I'm not pregnant, I'm not pregnant, not pregnant. But, you know, after we got married, we had like a sit down and we're like, okay, where are we realistically? Like, what do we want? And the timeline's just different than when I first started seeing my doctor a couple years ago. So yes, I haven't seen her. Every time I do, yes, I keep thinking of Laura from Cats. I keep doing that. Yeah, I'm excited to go see her. I have an appointment in a couple weeks and we'll do another check-in, but I'm just so eternally grateful for her. And she's just been an absolute godsend. And I can't wait till we have a baby, God willing, and I can send her a card saying thank you with a photo of the baby, and she can plaster it on the wall with all the other photos of all the other babies in her office because it's just so cute. And the first time I walked into her office, I said this, but like I got so emotional because I can't believe how many other people, so many people in the world go through PCOS, and I just felt so alone for so long. Next question. Did you have a wedding perfume? Yes. I sincerely apologize. I told you guys that I was looking for a wedding perfume, and then I never updated you guys. I did wear a wedding perfume, Meliora, Meliora. That was the perfume that I wore for my wedding. She is a pricey one. Let me just say that. That was an investment, and I use her very sparingly, but I love that perfume. I bought one of those perfumes after, I've talked about this before, I went on a brand trip with Benefit and I sat down next to Amanda Diaz and I got a whiff of her and I was like, oh my God, what are you wearing? And she just looks like someone that would always smell good, and she does. And she was like, oh my God, it's called Delina from Parfum de Marly. And I looked it up and I was like, whoa, Nelly. But I got it, and that is my pride and joy. And what I really like about that perfume or that brand is it lasts all day long. On my wedding day, I spritzed it in the morning. I spritzed it before I changed into my reception dress, and then that was it. And I smelled amazing the whole day. So it is an investment, let me just say that, but I really do like the lasting power of them. I'm someone who like perfumes wear off so easily, and that one stays on, and it better for that price. Next question. When you have kids, will you vlog them? That is a fantastic question. I don't know. Cal and I have this conversation a lot, but I feel like also we won't have like a real conversation until we are expecting a baby. As of right now, I think I won't show their faces. That's where Cal and I have kind of landed on as of right now. If you guys know, I have the cutest nephew in the world. His name is Holden. He's a perfect little baby angel. And Shane and Lily are fine with him being on social media as long as it's like back of the head or side profile. They don't want the front of the face. And honestly, I think that might be the way that we go. Like maybe it's that. I don't know. Cal and I need to have a lot of conversations about that, but obviously we've only kind of had like talks of. But I just always think of when Aspen came on the podcast and she was saying how she regrets putting her kids on social media. And like once you put it out there, you can't really take it back, as with everything in social media. So it's been a thing that we've thought about a lot, but again, like haven't really come to like a full decision of. But I think what really freaks me out is like the idea of like once you put it out there, you can't take it back. I know people like Avery Woods had her kids in social media a lot and then now don't show their faces. And I will say kids grow really quickly and they change really fast. Like I won't see Holden for like a month sometimes and I'm like, oh my God, that's a whole different baby. That's an adult. He's going to college. So they do grow so fast, but I just want to be really smart and I want to be really careful. And I don't know, there've been a lot of thoughts around it for sure, but I won't have an answer until the baby is here. But as of right now, that's what we're thinking. We had so many questions about the cookbook, so I'm going to answer a few about those. Can we expect more cooking with Remi videos? Okay, this is good tea actually, because I was just talking about this, and this is actually fabulous because my manager Tommy is sitting in the room and I actually wanted to talk to him about this. So I know I talked about the main channel before about how it's changed so much since I started my channel back in high school. And at one point I was doing a lot of long form cooking on my YouTube channel, the Cooking with Remi series, as you guys know, on my main channel. And it was really fun at the time, but also, I'm sure as we all know, the social media landscape is ever changing. And I don't know about you guys, but I grew up watching Food Network, and I used to watch, full long form cooking shows. And I would always go to my friends' houses and their moms had like TVs in their kitchens. And I'm like, this is crazy. And they'd be like, oh, well, I just watch the Food Network while I'm cooking and follow along. And I'm like, that's crazy town USA to me in my head. But like, that's how a lot of people, used to cook, or obviously like old cookbooks or things like that. Things have just changed a lot. And while I love long form content, I love making like almost my own Food Network cooking show on my channel. And that's what I was saying. Like, I love the freedom to do whatever I want. Like, I grew up on Food Network. Rachel Ray's $40 a day is my everything. Unwrapped, obviously Giada, obviously Ina, obviously Rachel Ray, all of them. Like, I grew up on all of them, and I always wanted my own cooking show, so I was able to make my own cooking show. But I personally consume more of my cooking content through short form. Like on TikTok, I'm always saving recipes. On Instagram Reels, I'm always saving recipes. So, and I just think it's like a really quick, easy way to get to it. So with that being said, I've been going back and forth where I'm like, I love making like my own cooking show, but also I digest more content on short form. So with that all being said, I think what I'm going to do for at least a little bit, and I can always go back, and that's what's fun. It's my own channel, so I can do what I want. I think I'm going to do more tutorial based on short form. But I love doing the really fun videos where I'm like people's private chefs for a day, or I'm doing like some sort of challenge or something. Like, I love those fun videos, and I don't want to stop those. And I do think those require like longer form content. I'm going to keep those on my main channel and do a lot more easy, snackable cooking content on my short form. Also, to be so honest, like making full length YouTube videos, it takes a lot more time, obviously, than just like, hey, I'm just cooking in my kitchen. Like, I recently made chicken noodle soup for Cal because he was sick, and I was like, oh, I'll just vlog this on my phone while I'm doing that, versus like setting up with like a camera crew and lights and editing and all that stuff. Like, it's just so much easier, and so I can like pump out more. And I love so many TikTok food creators, and I want to be one. So that's where I'm thinking I will go. Okay, next question. Most personal recipe. I actually just did a recipe of this on my TikTok to announce the cookbook today, which go check it out if you haven't already. And it's a recipe that I've done in vlogs in the past. It's actually a recipe that I've done on Cooking with Remi in the past. And it's in the book because it is so personal to me. Obviously, like a majority of the recipes in the book are new recipes that you guys have not seen before. But there are a few recipes in there that like mean so much to me, whether it's like my own personal history, whether it's my family's history, just like passed down, or things that I've cooked before on vlogs that I cook at every holiday. Like, for me, the cookbook is not only just like recipes to share with you guys, but also like just a full culmination of foods and recipes that mean so much and have meant so much throughout my life. So I would say the recipe that I think is the most personal to me is, I believe we called it in the book like Cruz family chicken tenders, but I always just call it like mine and Kaylee's chicken tenders, because Kay and I were in high school and we're just making an absolute mess in my parents' kitchen. And my mom would always get so mad at me because we would just like make a mess and we would leave, and we shouldn't have done that. But we were just like experimenting so much, having fun in the kitchen. And that recipe had to go in the book because also I just think they're insanely good. If you have not tried making them before, they are incredible. And unlike any other chicken tender that I've ever had in my life, and I am a chicken tender, chicken nugget queen, trust me. So that one just means so much to me because there's so much history there. And like, I can tap into that memory of us like figuring out how to work a blender to try and blend up these breadcrumbs, and like trying like, ooh, we should try sugar on these. Like, wouldn't these be so good? And then that was in 2013. I had never tried Chick-fil-A then. When I found out Chick-fil-A put sugar on their chicken nuggets, I'm like, they literally copied us. Like, they actually just were in our kitchen and they knew. So that one just means so much to me. Obviously, so many of them do, but that one's really personal to me. Also, the cornflake casserole means a lot to me because my mom made that every year growing up for Christmas and for Thanksgiving. And I remember she got that from this little green cookbook that she had in her house growing up. And then at one point when I discovered how much I love cooking, I was like, Mom, I want to help during holidays. Like she was always doing it all by herself. And so she was like, okay, like you could follow this recipe. And that was the first time that I ever used a cookbook. I used it from this little tiny green leather cookbook. And it was like a little ring. It was like tiny, like a little small notebook, and you open it up and it was like little rings. And I learned how to make the cornflake casserole. That means so much to my family. And yeah, those are like very personal to me and just mean so much. And so if you haven't tried them also, they are amazing. Trust me, please try them. And I've made like little tweaks and things throughout the years as I've like become a better cook, but at their roots, they are what they have always been. For me. Oh my God. Okay. Does this mean we're getting a branding refresh soon? New vlog intro to promote changes. Yes. I apologize. I know that the vlog intro and all of the assets, well, I will say pretty basic and basic unfiltered are going to stay the same because we still have the same covers and everything. But I know a lot of people have been wanting a new vlog intro refresh, and I understand and I hear you. As I've said, I am not the biggest photo shoot fan. I only really do photo shoots when I absolutely have to, which I know is probably not good, but I don't love a photo shoot. I really have to be like in the right mindset to do a full photo shoot. So I've been avoiding it like the plague, and I was going to refresh the assets after the wedding, but then I was also like, I don't want my intro to be just me in a wedding dress. I was like, that's also not what I want. But I will say I am doing a new shoot in the next couple of weeks for a full refresh for all different assets for promo for the book and just promo in general and like new profile photos and things. So I can guarantee you will get new vlog assets very soon, but I'm keeping the same vlog song because I love it and I found it. And first off, she's copyright free. You guys know my history with non-copyright vlog intros, and we learn from our mistakes. So she's copyright free. And also I think it's just catchy. And then on top of that, it is Korean. It's literally counting to 3, 1, 2, 3 in Korean. So I think that's so cool. I get so many comments all the time like, does anybody know what this is saying? And it literally is saying 1, 2, 3 in Korean. So I just think that's really cool. And it's also catchy. So same song, but new photos coming very soon. How hard was it to keep a secret for 2 years? Honestly, it went in waves. There were like, when I was like doing the photo shoot, obviously all I wanted to do was like post in real time. And I was like so hyper aware of like not sharing things, but it was hard for sure as a girl who loves to post in real time, as a girl who loves to share things with you guys, like, you know, as close to real time as safely possible. But also, I said this on the podcast a couple weeks ago, there was something so beautiful about such a like long, slow burn, because in this industry, things are so quick. Turnarounds are so fast. It's always like, okay, next thing, that it's been so nice to have this and like kind of almost have this secret with my family, with my friends. And I worked on recipes for like months and months and months quietly in between doing everything else. And while it was so stressful, it also was like such a fond time that I'm looking back on that I'm so grateful for. And it was just like such a team bonding experience. Like everything was really, really cool. And I am so glad that I could talk about it now, and I have no secrets now. We moved and I have a cookbook and I can post everything that I want to share. So I'm really happy that it's out there, but it also was like such a beautiful thing to like have such a nice slow burn. And I said this in the podcast with Cal, but the book industry and like writing a book was so different than how I thought it would be in a really cool way. So I really loved that. If you guys did not know, Cal and I love Cook Unity. We are actual like subscribers of it. It's delicious. It's like having a personal chef make fresh, delicious, and nutrient-dense meals all delivered right to your door.
It also makes eating healthier so much easier and honestly ends up being cheaper after all of the delivery and service fees from ordering. They have so many different options, whether you're keto, gluten-free, or you just want highly quality balanced meals. These meals actually taste so good. My favorite right now is the barbecue chicken with gooey mac mac and cheese made by Chef Chris Rattel. The way it is so filling and so delicious.
If you know me, I love meatloaf. Cal and I, honestly, we should just order more of them, but we always fight over the meatloaf from Cook Unity. The classic bistro meatloaf made by Chef Kevin Meehan. It's amazing. It tastes so good and it's giving restaurant quality. Plus, I've been trying out their meals from their GLP-1 Balanced collection, which you guys know I'm on a GLP-1. So if you guys are also on one, check it out.
These Cook Unity meals come fresh, not frozen, and they're ready in just 5 minutes. No meal prep, no cleanup, no stressing about what to make for dinner. Cook Unity works with some of the best chefs, including Food Network stars and James Beard Award winners.
Cook Unity is also always expanding their menu of over 300 small batch meals that are tailored to your lifestyle, dietary needs, and cravings. You're getting all of this for a fraction of the cost of eating out. Subscriptions start as low as $11 per meal, which is way less than what I'd spend ordering delivery.
Go to cookunity.com/prettybasicfree or enter code prettybasicfree before checkout for free premium meals for life.
That's free premium meals for life by using code prettybasicfree or by going to cookunity.com/prettybasicfree. Okay, guys, I don't know about you, but sometimes I look at my plate and think, yeah, this isn't exactly loaded with veggies, whether I've been juggling work, traveling, or just craving my comfort foods. But what I do feel good about is knowing that I've got Ritual's Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin as part of my routine. It's not a salad and a pill, but it is formulated to help fill in some of those key nutrient gaps that I might not always be getting from my diet. For me, in my 30s, a big thing that I wanted to do was get on my supplement routine, make sure that I'm taking them actively. And surprisingly, for me, taking them has become such an easy habit. I will take it in the morning and then I'll also take mine at night. And it just feels like a little ritual that I can actually stick to. What I love most is how thoughtfully it's designed. It's just 2 delayed release capsules a day with 9 key ingredients. They're super gentle on my stomach. I don't feel sick. I've tried other multivitamins and supplements in general where I feel sick all day and I'm just laying down because I feel unwell. The Ritual multivitamin is amazing. I've also heard incredible things about their prenatals. I am not there yet, but I already know when it is time for me, I will absolutely be taking theirs. Also, why I love Ritual so much is because they back everything up with transparency. Their Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin actually went through a university-led clinical trial, and the results showed that it increased vitamin D levels by 43% and omega-3 DHA levels by 41% in just 12 weeks. On top of that, Ritual multivitamins are third-party tested for heavy metals, clean label project certified, vegan, non-GMO project verified, gluten-free, and major allergen-free. Plus, they're made traceable, which means I can literally see where each ingredient comes from. So instead of striving for perfect health, aim for supporting foundational health. Get 25% off your first month only at ritual.com/prettybasic. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18 Plus to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/prettybasic for 25% off.
This episode is sponsored by Cotton.
You guys know I love anything soft, and I've been paying way more attention to the fabrics that I'm wearing, especially for those comfy staples. I mean, I did say that if I was a sunny angel, I'd be one wearing a sweatshirt and leggings, as we know, but I am also here for all those cozy nights in when the AC is blasting and you just want to curl up in something soft. Needless to say, comfy staples are pretty much my brand and very on brand for me.
Same. This is why we're best friends. And honestly, I had no idea how much synthetic stuff I was wearing until I was, started checking tags. I was so surprised to see how many pieces that I thought were natural were actually loaded with synthetics. And guess what? My favorite pair of jeans were actually 100% cotton.
I just want fabrics that feel good on my skin. Cotton is natural and breathable. It's truly my favorite fabric to wear. It's perfect for those hot days when you still want to look cute and stay comfortable. I threw on a cotton tank the other day and it felt like the perfect weight. Not too heavy, not too thin.
And it's not just about comfort, it's about durability. I have some cotton tees and hoodies that still look great after so many washes. Meanwhile, some of the other synthetic pieces pill or stretch just after a few wears, and cotton actually holds up and keeps its shape.
That matters, especially when you're investing in those classic pieces, a good pair of jeans, a go-to hoodie, or that perfect oversized tee that should last and not fall apart after one season.
Cotton is also gentle on the skin, which is huge for me. I get irritated easily, especially when it's hot and sticky outside. Cotton just feels good, whether you are lounging on the couch, running errands, or hanging out by the pool.
Learn more about the benefits of cotton products for yourself, your style, and your space at thefabricofourlives.com. Okay, next question is, what was the hardest thing about writing the cookbook? I would say the hardest thing was, I think, trying to pick and ideate recipes that could appeal to anybody that picked up the book, and also that is including people of all skill levels in the kitchen, because something that might be easier for me might be harder for someone else, or maybe what I'm doing I think is really hard, someone thinks really easy. You know what I mean? Everybody is a different level of chef. Obviously, I've talked about how I've never gone to culinary school. I am simply just someone who loves to cook. I learned how to cook from watching my mom and learning from my mom, and then watching YouTubers and watching the Food Network and watching other creators. Like that's how I learned how to cook. And I'm always still learning how to cook, and I'm always learning new techniques and things. And so I am ever learning and ever trying to grow, but I wanted to just keep that in mind. I wanted to be also like recipes that appeal to obviously as many people as possible. There are some things that I personally don't like. Like I've talked about how I don't love overnight oats. That's just me. But I know people love overnight oats. And luckily people on my team do love overnight oats. So I wanted to create recipes where, you know, maybe I don't like it, but I know other people will. So luckily I had so many amazing taste testers in my life who were able to give me really good pointers on like, oh, well, I like my overnight oats to be like a little bit more on the solid side versus like the liquidy side, or like things like that. I was able to really take notes from everybody in my life. So that was definitely something that I just wanted to keep in mind, where I was like, I wanted to appeal to as many people as possible and as many palates as possible and to as many chefs as possible or home chefs as possible. So that definitely was something that was hard, but also like a really fun challenge at the same time. Next question is, will you do a book tour? And here's the thing. I don't know. We are still in talks with everything. We still have to kind of obviously prepare for the actual launch, and it's still such a far ways out, but if I were to do one, I would like to know, A, do you want me to do one? B, if so, where would you like me to come? And then also C, what kind of book tour would you guys like? Would you like a Q&A, like a prompted Q&A kind of moment? Would you like me to do like a book signing? Like, let me know what you want. I am open, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see you guys. I think if I were to do one, it'd be really fun, but I've never done like a meetup thing by myself, so it definitely is nerve-wracking. So if I did one, please come, because I don't want to be alone. Actually, I have done a meetup alone, the one that Michael's or no one came to, so please show up. Next question, are you still a Zalisha shipper? Please, we are so down right now. Down in what way? There's a sad face. Are you down, like sad down because it's maybe not a thing? Are you down because like you're down for it, like you want it to happen? Let me know. I am pro people being in love if they'd like to be in love. That is my answer. Do they have amazing chemistry? Yes. I think it's undeniable. Let's all be honest here. Am I down for it? I'm down for whatever my bitch wants. If she wants to, then yes. And if she doesn't, then I will never speak to him again. No, I'm just kidding. But truly, I am Team Alicia. Whatever Alicia wants, that's what I'm here for. I am here in general for whatever she wants. So that's my answer. Do you ever struggle with being quote unquote on all the time for content, and how do you decompress? Honestly, I guess yes, in a way where sometimes I, like especially a podcast day where I talk for like 6 hours straight, and then I'm driving home and I'm like, whoa, that was a lot of talking. That sometimes can be a little bit challenging. Or also, I think also just podcasting specifically, like you are on camera for like an hour to hour and a half at a time. And I think that's the one I have to feel the most quote unquote on in that way. But obviously it's not like physically possible to be like that. Like sometimes you say things that get misconstrued. Sometimes you like give a face that can be like misinterpreted. Like I do try obviously to be fully engaged in a conversation for an hour and a half at a time, but sometimes my brain is wandering and sometimes I get distracted. I try my best to be as present as I possibly can, but obviously sometimes we have off days. We're all human. That's normal. I wouldn't say it's like a big struggle because I do try my best to be authentically who I am off camera, also on camera. I would just say honestly, days where I'm tired, I like will turn the vlog camera on and I'm still me, but I don't want to come on and be really boring and not bring anything to the table. So it does take a little bit of like an energy oomph to get out what I want to say. And then I turn off the camera and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to be quiet for like 30 minutes. So that's more of my thing. I'm like, I need to just recharge by being quiet. So a lot of times I will just be absolutely silent on drives home, or sometimes I'll leave the studio and I'm like, wow, that was such a great day. I have so much energy. And then I call everybody in my contact list. So it just depends. But decompressing, I would say, is just being quiet. Actually, I'll just sit in silence or I'll watch TV. I've been watching Scandal lately. Amazing show. I know I'm like 8 years late, but fantastic show. Honestly, I think I'm more late. I think I'm like 13 years late actually, but it's a great show and I love it. Okay, next question. What is your next short-term goal? I don't have one. If I'm being so honest, I don't have a short-term goal right now. I guess maybe figuring out the book tour potentially. That would be a short-term goal, but also like that's not for a while out because the book's not coming out till March 24th, 2026. So for now, I think I'm just kind of resting. Oh, something that's really crazy that I was talking to Ollie about this morning is for so long now, we've been talking about, you know, it's going to be this. And as of this morning, I had almost like it wasn't a breakdown. I was just like a holy shit moment because I would say, I mean, we've been talking about this book for 2 years now, obviously within my team and I, but I would say when like ramp up time really started to happen with like planning and the shoot and everything, I feel like late last year, we were like, okay, we've got the holidays, we've got Thanksgiving, we've got Vlogmas, we've got Christmas, then we've got New Year's. Right after New Year's, we started the cookbook shoot, I think on January 2nd, like we got right into the cookbook shoot. Then we had the fires. Then it went straight into, okay, now we've got to finish the cookbook shoot because we had to obviously ship the shoot after the fires. We had my birthday. Then we had Coachella. Then we had my bachelorette. No, then we started the Simply Pop tour. Then we had my bachelorette. Then we had the bridal shower. Then we had the wedding. Then we had moving. And then we had the cookbook launch. And so we've been talking about all these big life events for so long. And now it's done. Like, I don't have anything else. And now I'm moving eventually, but like, again, we're slowly shopping for a house. Nothing is rushed whatsoever. So it's like, it's just crazy to me that we've been talking about all these big things. And like, as of today, it's done. Obviously the book launch is coming and that's a big thing next year, but like, it's just been really crazy today. I think like taking it all in, like we've talked about this for so long and we got through it. And my agent texted me and it made me actually cry. And it was just a simple text, but he texted me, he said, "Hey Rem, just wanted to remind you it all worked out," with a smiley face. And I could cry right now talking about it because there was a time in my life where I was like, I mean, during the wedding planning of all of it, I was like, I can't do all of this. I had like work stuff, obviously. We had the tour going on. Obviously, Jason was in the hospital and like so much was unknown. And I was still working on the book. And I was like, I don't think one person can do all of this. And there were times where I was like, I can't do all of this. But I made it through and it all worked out. And I'm really happy. And I'm going to be so honest, I am so fucking relieved. I am happy that we made it to the light at the end of the tunnel. And will I ever take this much on again in my life? Probably not. But I made it through and I was so lucky to have such an amazing support system around me, the Pretty Basic team, my own personal team, the Basically Unfiltered team, my family, my friends. I would not have been able to get through all of this if it weren't for them. And obviously Cal, also first and foremost Cal. So it's just been, I feel like I just gave like an Oscar speech and I forgot my husband. It's been a lot. It's been a roller coaster of a ride and I cannot believe we got to the end and it all did work out. And it's a reminder that everything always works out and it works out how it's supposed to be. And it's supposed to. There were so many things along the way of everything that I just walked you through that did not go how I thought it was going to go. And there were times that it was really stressful and really scary and really emotional, but it all worked out how it was supposed to. And I said this, I believe, on the Cal episode. And if I didn't, I just want to say thank you to all of you for caring about me and being interested in my life, whether you've been watching for all 12 years or 6 years or started yesterday, whatever it is, because I've been able to do so many cool things. I've been able to have so many sleepless nights the night before a big launch because of you. Like I get these insane opportunities because of you guys. Alicia and I are so blessed to be able to come to the studio and just yap about ourselves for an hour and you guys care. I don't know why, but you care to listen. And then we get to do cool things like go on a tour and get to have a cookbook and get to have a razor and things like that because you guys care. And it's just, it never makes sense to me because I find myself quite boring, but you guys care for some reason. And I'm so eternally grateful and thank you so much. And with that, I will bid you adieu. I feel as though you've heard me yap enough. I hope I answered enough of your questions and I apologize for having half a brain cell today. I hope you can understand. Please feel free to check out my vlog channel. I have so many fun moving vlogs. I've been like holding all these vlogs for you guys, really fun, good vlogs for you. So check that out. Also check out my main channel. Cal and I did a cooking with Remi. I think it might be the last cooking with Remi as it is for the time being or forever. I'm not quite sure. Again, we're just rolling with the punches, but Cal and I did cook the food that we had at the wedding. We did the short rib grilled cheeses. We did the steak with the potato dauphinoise, and we did the funfetti cake with Oreo buttercream. So if you guys want to know how to make any of that, go check out my main channel. Everything will be linked down below. Please feel free to pre-order my cookbook, Let's Get Cooking, if you're interested. Thank you for all the support. I love you, love you, love you, and I will see you guys in the next episode.